people a chance to join us. Hello, hello, hello. I'll just wait a few moments for some of us to join us today. So if you're just joining me now, hello. For those that don't know me, my name's Kelly. I'm the founder of Digital Yoga Academy, and I come on here every week, every Tuesday. Hi Zara, say hello guys when you've joined. So you can join me here every Tuesday. I'm here every week, and every week I talk about a different topic. And today I'm talking about productivity hacks and how you can get more out of your day and your week. And I'm actually quite excited about today's little chat. And I think the reason I'm probably quite excited about it is because I do see myself as a little bit of a productivity queen. And when I sort of tell people about my businesses, about Good Yoga Life and about Digital Yoga Academy, and I tell them the sort of things that I'm up to and what I've been doing, I guess people generally are a little bit they're quite amazed at how much I've been able to do in such a short period of time. So, I guess in a way it's helped that, I have that kind of corporate background, and I've had, years of experience in managing big teams, big marketing teams. So, with that comes, you have to be really organized in your day and how you manage teams, and being productive kind of comes with that as well. And, you might think that, you might feel that you're maybe not naturally a productive person or naturally a motivated person. But I really do believe that these types of skills, you can develop them. And it really starts with, developing a habit, like anything in life, really. If you can develop a habit and do these things enough, then they start to become, second nature to you, really. So, from the perspective of a yoga teacher, generally a yoga teacher and kind of like a typical day for a yoga teacher can be, really diverse. And, it can be quite difficult to maybe pin down a time in the day to get things done, because, you might be teaching many classes throughout the day, and, it's not like a normal 9 to 5 where you'll be in an office and you're in the same office all day long. You might be teaching multiple classes throughout the day at different locations and different venues. So you've got the travel time and, rushing between studios, and maybe even, you might be teaching some public classes in studios, and then you might have a corporate class, and then you might have a private client as well. So it can be quite diverse in that sense, and that can make it a lot harder to really develop a routine and to develop daily habits that help your long-term success. And that's really what this chat is about today. It's, how do you find ways to be more productive in your day and to be more productive in your week when your days are so diverse and so different? Okay, do you relate to that, anyone that's listening to me? I know there's quite a few of you on Instagram at the moment listening, so give me a thumbs up if that feels like your week that I'm describing there. And if you feel like you're not if you feel like you're working all the time and you're not really making progress in the direction that you want your yoga business to go, because it can feel like you're working in your business. For example, you're teaching all the time, but not necessarily working on your business. And by that, I mean working on the strategies and the goals that you've got. Hello, Henry. Hey, guys. Hey, everyone. There's quite a few more of you joining on Instagram now and also on Facebook, so that's nice to see. So yeah, so you can feel like that you're working in your business more rather than on your business. And by that I mean working on the strategies, or the kind of longer term goals that you might have for yourself. So things that you want to achieve in, say, a year's time. It might be something like you want to run your first yoga retreat in a year's time. Well, how do you go about doing that, and how do you achieve that if you're not actually making progress on it now? Yeah, so if you're spending all of your day and all of your week running around town teaching classes, but you're not actually sitting down to actually work on your business and the strategy that you have for your business. So I hope that makes sense. So so I think that kind of sums up the kind of main issue, and definitely with the yoga teachers that I'm working with on a one-to-one basis. That kind of issue is what I hear a lot, is that they just feel like they don't have the time. So I'm just going to talk you through some of the things that I do in my day to try and be more productive. And, these are things that I've had to really hone in on over years, really, to kind of get a routine down and to try and make sure that I'm working on my business and working towards the goals that I've set for myself. Okay, so first thing I want to mention is about sleep. Okay, so we all know this, right? But sometimes, even though we know it's not always easy to try and get a good 7 or 8 hours of solid sleep. And definitely for me, when I was working in my kind of pre-yoga business life, and I was working in kind of corporate land, let's say, I was never a morning person. So I'm more of a night owl, and I definitely say that I am. Yeah, exactly. I'm 9 hours plus. Oh, that would be nice. I don't know. I think I'd wake up too sleepy if I had more than 9 hours. But I'm what I would call a night owl. So I kind of come alive at night, and I've always been like that. And when I was in kind of corporate land, I used to hate getting up for work in the morning. I struggled with it so much. It really was a big, big struggle for me. And I've really had to train myself since working for myself. I've had to just develop, I've had to get up earlier and earlier. And now I get up at 6 o'clock every morning. So I'm up at 6 and I have a routine, which I'm going to talk to you about in a moment. But even now, I will sometimes find myself working quite late at night because, like I say, I do kind of get this kind of surge of energy in the evening. And, I've had to kind of train myself to pull myself away from work and also have that nighttime routine so that I'm settling down and getting myself ready for bed. And, around kind of 10 o'clock, I'm kind of thinking about what I'm doing now to get myself, ready for sleeping. And, I'm trying and trying. It's still a continuous thing to try and get myself to have a good, 7 or 8 hours sleep. But one of the things I do is I leave my phone in the lounge, in the room that I'm in now, and I have my alarm on full blast so that it wakes me up in the morning and I have to get out of my bed, out of the bedroom, into the lounge to turn it off. So that works really well for me than having it, by your bedside, and then, you're maybe more likely to hit the snooze button. So that's been a little bit of a game changer for me, actually. And then my morning routine looks like this. So I will get up, turn the alarm off, and then I'll go back and I'll sit on my bed. I'll sometimes make myself a turmeric tea and I'll take that in with me, but I'll go in and I'll sit on my bed and I'll do meditation. So I've been doing this now probably for the last 4 or 5 months, and I've been trying to make it a really good daily practice for myself. And I'll only 10 minutes, just closing my eyes and just focusing on my breath. And then after I've done my meditation practice, I do a little bit of journaling, and it's just a really good way just to things that have come up maybe in your meditation, just to get those out and just to think about the day and the things that I want to, you know, really tackle first thing as I get to my laptop, get to my desk. And then once I've done that, I just get down onto the floor, right just next to my bed, and just do a little bit of movement, like 10-15 minutes of movement. And it means that by 6:30, you know, I'm getting myself in the shower and getting myself ready and having my breakfast after that, and then I'm at my laptop for about 7 a.m. So that's usually what happens in my morning, unless I'm going to a class. So for this morning, for instance, I went to a 6:30 yoga class at a studio around the corner. So it's slightly different, but it's still getting up early, doing my meditation. I didn't do my journaling this morning. I'll do a little bit of that before I go to bed. But I've been to my class, and I think if you can try and get yourself into this routine, it really, really, really helps. And the reason I get up earlier and I get up at this time is because if I'm at my laptop by 7 a.m., I can get 2 hours of work done before most people are actually getting to work at night and starting work at 9. And, you know, during that time, there are no emails coming in. There are no WhatsApp notifications. There's nothing like that going on. It's a quiet time just to get stuff done. And it really, really works for me. Because, which leads me on to the next bit. So there's, I don't know if any of you have heard this term. If you have, give me a thumbs up if you have. But there's a term called eat that frog, or eat your frog. And what it means is, it means just to tackle the big, juicy, hairy thing that you don't really want to do. It's the thing that you put off. It's the frog. Okay, so no, you've never heard that one. There is a whole kind of theory around it. I will add a link to it after the chat. But basically, eat that frog. It means to start the day chewing the most important, biggest job. Okay, so that one that you put off, you know the one, right? Where actually you can put it off for days and days and days and days. And for me, that's 7 a.m. at my desk is, right, eat the frog time. Let's get on with this. Because actually it doesn't need to be your emails. It doesn't need to be anything else. And if you've scheduled your social media at the start of the week, you don't need to be worrying about that either. You can just get on with the big juicy task that's going to help you work towards your bigger strategy and your goals, you know, your retreat goals or whatever, or, you know, teaching online if you want to start doing online classes. And, you know, once you've crossed that off, once you've really got into that and tackled a big part of that, then the rest of your day just gets easier and you feel good. It makes you feel good as well. So, you know, you should ask yourself, what one thing can I do today that will make everything else so much easier? And then eat it like a boss. Okay, so everything else that comes, you know, the to-do list, you should mark it out in a priority list. So previously I used to write a to-do list, and I would write everything that I needed to do. And I would write it I'd write it the day before. So let's say at the end of the working day. I used to do this when I worked in corporate. I'd write a big list of things that needed to be done the following day. And really, it wasn't realistic. I'd write this huge list, make myself feel really important that I had so many things to do. But actually, you get to the end of the day, and when you don't tick off all the things on that list, it can make you feel a bit down. Or it can make you feel a bit overwhelmed that you've got so many things to do and you're not getting through them. So that's why a priority list is actually better. And just to give yourself maybe 3 things that you want to do in your day. Now, the way I work this now is I have a spreadsheet, and you can use lots of different tools. There's like Trello is a really good tool. It's an online tool, and there's a free there's a free version of that, and you create all of your cards, which are essentially all of your to-do list items. And you can use some online tools, but for me personally, I use a spreadsheet, and I look at what I want to achieve at the end of that week. So what the big goals for the end of the week, and then I break it down for each day. So, and I work like that, and then I don't give myself more than 3 or 4 things to do in the day. They're going to be like big chunky things, not necessarily like small things like post on social media, but it will be things that are related to my wider goals. What makes all the other dominoes fall? Yeah, that's a good point, Henry. I like that. So if you're just joining me, we are talking about productivity hacks today and how to get more out of your time. So far I've been talking about my morning routine and how I plan my day out. And another way to think about it, we've talked about eating that frog, but another way to think about it is the 80-20 rule. And I talk about this a lot because it applies in so many areas of life. It's Pareto's principle. I'm sure all of you have heard about this before, probably learned about it at school, no doubt, but just focusing on the 20% of the tasks that yield 80% of the results. Yeah, so it helps you to look at what's going to give you the most impact, really, from your work, and it helps you to prioritize those tasks first. Okay, because we all have tasks that need to be done, right? We've all got that huge to-do list. It might be written down, or maybe it's in your mind, but if you're being honest with yourself, probably 80% of those things aren't really going to bring a lot of value to your goals, to your wider goals, or they can just wait. So this actually brings me on to the next hack that I want to share with you today, and that's around emails. Okay, because I think a lot of us have probably come from a culture or a way of thinking around emails that, it's good to just clear the inbox. And I know many people start their day just in their inbox. And so what I've tried to do is set myself 2 times in the day. I mean, I'm not always good with this, but I try. And I actually have it on my email signature as well to let people know that I might take a little longer to respond back to them. So I actually say I check my emails twice a day. So please bear with me. And, I know it can be tempting to wake up and sit in bed scrolling, through your emails, or even through Instagram and Facebook. So this applies to social media as well. Because, like I said previously, if you're already scheduling your posts at the beginning of the week, you don't need to be getting into Facebook and Instagram as soon as you wake up in your bed. Okay, so and I know it can be tempting to do that, which is another reason why I leave my phone next door. But actually waiting till lunchtime, or wait until you've at least done a couple of hours on your frog, on your big juicy task. And, then get into maybe responding to comments on social media, or getting back to people that have emailed you that day as well. And just, scheduling some chunks in your day, or some time in your day just to get back to emails and to look at trying to clear your inbox as best as possible. It's a really, really good habit to get into, because otherwise you can end up spending hours, replying to emails, and you can end up spending your whole day maybe just replying to emails and then not actually working on the things on your business, on your yoga business, and the things that the things that are really going to help you propel forward. So I'm just looking at Henry's message now. How does delegating tasks and responsibilities fit into your productivity plan? Do you delegate tasks you've mastered or do you hire people who know more than you on a given topic? Yes, that's a great that's a great question. So I haven't been the best at well, for Digital Yoga Academy, I've kind of the last year, because I launched it just a year ago, I've been really the sole person working on Digital Yoga Academy. And I recognise now, and I have started to work with a couple of people who are just helping out with my social media at the moment. But I've started, you know, I'm realising that really to take my business to the next stage and the next level of growth, you know, it's important to get those people around you. So I'm actually working with a coach at the moment. So I work with a mindset and business coach, and it's a great way to just get clarity in your business and in your strategy. For me, it's been really important because I've got lots of plans and strategies for the year ahead, and it takes the pressure off my husband having to listen to me all the time. And, you know, I mean, obviously everything I share with him, he thinks is great, but sometimes you need that little bit more, you need some more constructive feedback with, you know, with what you're doing and where you're taking your business. So I'm finding that really useful for me at the moment. But yeah, other than that, hiring people who know more than you on a given topic. I mean, I think it would be really great if you can do that and you have the funds and the budget to be able to do that. At the moment, I've got somebody helping me with my social media, yeah, so with my scheduling. But yeah, letting go of control. I agree, Henry. That's me as well. It's hard. It's a hard thing, actually, to do that. Definitely, especially when it's your own business, and not necessarily when you're working for someone else. So yeah, I mean, I definitely loved delegating when I was, you know, when I was in corporate myself. But yeah, it is a hard thing to do, but it is a good thing to do. So if you can, and you can get the right people and the right support around you, it's definitely a good thing to do. So thank you for that. So let's move on. So the next point I was going to make was around scheduling chunks of uninterrupted time. So this might be things like, you know, again, you know, that kind of power hour in the morning when you're not, when the rest of the business world hasn't really woken up yet, is a great time for not having any interruptions. But if you could also schedule, you know, other chunks of time in your day where you're not interrupted, then that's a really, really good thing to do. I generally work from home, so I'm quite lucky really that I don't have many interruptions. But one thing to kind of expand on this point really is around your mobile phone. So interruptions might not, you know, it includes people coming in and out in your office space, but also notifications on your phone, emails. So just closing your email browser down completely, just not having it there, because it's so tempting. If you see emails coming in the browser tab, it's tempting to go in there and answer them. So just close down the email tabs until you get to that point in the day where you're actually going to be working through emails, and then turning your phone off, or, you know, turning off the notifications, take Facebook off your phone. That's what I've done. Just take Facebook off your phone. I've got Instagram on there, but I don't have Facebook on my phone. WhatsApp, you know, turning the notifications so that they don't come up on your phone and you have to physically go into WhatsApp to get the messages is another really good thing to do. So yeah, so that's, it's simple really. And I think we all know that, but it's, like I say, it's, you know, we're generally addicted to our phones, aren't we? So it's a good thing to do. Just play around with the settings and the notifications to help you through the day. And next up, it's around, I wanted to talk about committing, like over committing, sorry. So, you know, we constantly overestimate, I know I do, you know, what you can achieve in one day. And actually we underestimate what we can achieve in 1 year. So, you know, if you set yourself big goals in life, but you should set yourself big goals, but set yourself small achievable goals for your day-to-day activities, if that makes sense. So this starts with breaking down your bigger projects and tasks, just so that you can really, you know, start on the hardest thing first and working from there. So again, a project plan, a spreadsheet, having some kind of project management tool that you can use to help you with that. And it just helps you to, like, planning out your day, you can see what you have time for, and it helps you to make more informed decisions when other opportunities come up as well. So this kind of links back to, you know, your vision and your wider goals, I guess, and just staying on track with them, because, you know, throughout the day or throughout the week, you might have other things that come up and other opportunities, but it's learning when to say no and when to, you know, not overcommit to things, is something to really kind of keep in mind. Let's have a look at what else I was going to cover for you today. We've talked about tools. Oh yes, this is a good one. Excuse me, just grab a drink. Your workspace. Now, I can be quite messy, but this, I know, I can be messy when I've got a lot going on, and, you know, maybe I'm teaching, because I teach during the week as well. So if I've got one of those days where I'm working on a project and there's other stuff happening and I know I'm going out to teach and stuff like that, my desk can become a little bit of a mess. But, you know, when things do get a little crazy, I do stop everything and I just have a tidy up, because I know that having that clear workspace, it just equals a clearer mind. And it helps you, when you've got a clearer space, it just helps you to feel more organized. It's amazing really what an impact it can have, having a clean desk, having a clean room that you're working in. And it doesn't just apply there as well. So also, you know, your paperwork, having some folders and filing your papers away, but not just the physical papers. Like, I've got a load of papers on my desk right now, so I can't really talk, but it's one of these things that I get really messy and then I have a clear up, and I know how it makes me feel. It really does make an impact. But another thing to consider are the folders and files on your laptop. So, you know, it's amazing how messy your laptop can get. And actually, the last time I cleaned my laptop and tidied everything up, I was on the flight to Sri Lanka. So that was obviously hours long, and I spent the entire flight cleaning my laptop and just sorting all the folders out and the files. And I tell you what, it makes you feel 100% better when you do that. So I definitely recommend doing that. And since then, I've been keeping on top of it. And it just makes your life so much easier, because when you're looking for something, you know, you're not wasting time looking for it. You know exactly where it is. So I definitely recommend doing that. If you can find the time, maybe commuting or, I don't know, traveling somewhere on a train or something, just think, yeah, okay, now's the time to give the laptop a bit of a tidy, and then try and keep on top of it. So there's a few other things that I'm going to cover before I finish up, but one of the things is around having regular breaks. Okay, so you know, making sure that you get time away from the laptop, or just giving yourself some time, maybe go for a walk outside. Midday is a great time to do that. So if I haven't gone to yoga in the morning, then I will, at midday or probably around 1 o'clock, I head outside. So we're quite lucky where we live. We've got access to lovely running fields, playing fields, and there's a canal and everything. So it's really lovely. And I'll go running down there and just get outside. Even if I don't run, I just walk and I'll listen to a podcast. So I don't switch off completely, but I do get the time to just go outside, get some fresh air, get the sun on my face, and it makes you feel so much better. And actually, when you get back, you feel more productive. So it's a really good thing to add into your day. I know it can be easy to put it off. To think, oh no, I need to crack on with this task in hand or whatever it might be. But yeah, giving yourself that time is really, really important. And I think, if you're a teacher who is teaching, if you are teaching a lot of classes during the week or during the day, and you're commuting between those classes, using that time to learn. So when I'm commuting, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I love podcasts, and I get so much from them. And I would definitely recommend using that time. Stick your headphones in, or take a book if you're reading a book. Just make the most of that time that you've got. Let's have a look. Just looking at questions. And then last up, this last one I've got for you here, is just to not be so hard on yourself and get help when you need it. Okay, so this, I've kind of talked about it a little bit already, but this is something that I've struggled, a lot with, and I still do. When I still do struggle with that, and also the getting help aspect as well. But don't be too hard on yourself if you don't manage to achieve the things that you set out to achieve. I do struggle with that as well. I will set myself goals or things that I want to get done in the day, and then actually I end up having a really unproductive day, end up doing nothing when I should have been doing a whole lot of things. And then I get angry with myself and upset with myself. So obviously that's not very yogi to do that to yourself, but it doesn't end up, you don't end up wanting to do more by having that outcome. So I've tried to, I'm getting more into the frame of mind now when that happens, is just to accept it and think, okay, today's not the day, I'm going to do something else with my day instead. Yeah, so maybe just spend a little bit more time outside, or just doing something else that you enjoy doing. Maybe a little bit of retail therapy, whatever it is, but just to clear your mind and start again fresh the next day. If you're feeling stuck, it's sometimes you can't help that, and maybe it's actually because you need a little bit more time to prepare with the work that you're trying to do, or maybe there's a knowledge gap. So sometimes if I'm working on something and it's not moving forward as quickly as I would have liked, it's perhaps because I need to get a little bit more knowledge on that particular topic to help me move forward with it. Yeah, so just recognizing that, and recognizing where you need a little bit more support, or maybe if you need to reach out to your immediate network and just learn more from the people around you. Of course, you guys have got our Facebook community that's always there. So, if you're feeling stuck in an area of your business, you can always just jump into the Facebook group, ask any questions that you've got, and, help to just fill those knowledge gaps is really important. So Henry's asked me, what are my favourite podcasts? Okay, so the podcast that I'm listening to at the moment, there's one called Perpetual Traffic, which is Digital Marketer. So they talk a lot about Facebook, Facebook ads, and how to drive more traffic. So I listen to that one a lot. I listen to Amy Porterfield as well. So that's a marketing podcast. I listen to Oprah, to the Soul Sunday one. I love that. What else do I listen to? I'm sure there are more than that. I'll have to share some with you. I'll share some in the group, actually. We'll do a little post on that and see if, you know, what other podcasts people are listening to as well, because they're really great. They really are great. I do love podcasts. So I think that's all for now. I've talked for nearly 40 minutes. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight of the types of things that I do to try and stay more productive and to try and stay more focused on my goals and my longer term strategies. And I love sharing all of that with you today. So any questions? The Instagram will be, the Instagram live will be available for 24 hours. And the Facebook Live will always be available. It'll be saved there on the Digital Yoga Academy page, so you can watch it at any time. And if you have any questions, best to head to the Digital Yoga Academy page and just ask them in the comments underneath the video, and I will get back to you, I promise. And if you're not a member of our Facebook community, then search that in Facebook and I will add you to the group. Thank you, Henry. Thank you guys for listening and joining me. I will be back again next Tuesday. Looking forward to that. This is becoming one of the favourite parts of my week. So really enjoying chatting with you. And as always, any questions or any support that you need, just ask me and I will be there. And I'll see you all very, very, very soon. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye now.